Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 12th episode of Tensei shitara Slime Datta Ken, or That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, last episode, Gabiru, he showed up at the village and that went about as well as you'd expect it to, really. And at the very end of the episode, we had a very nice looking dryad show up to ask Rimuru a favor, which was to, deal with the orc lord that is kind of causing a problem, which, understandable, definitely understandable. So I guess we'll see what more she has to say on the subject. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, literally right where we left off. Training. It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Well, what's in it for me, mysterious lady? If you're gonna ask me a favor, you gotta offer me something in return. Maybe some new powers? Or add yourself as a harem member, I'll take either, really. But yes, I'm definitely looking forward to the epic clash that we will have with the Ueck army. I'm sure much fun will be had there. But yeah, we also got to see Gobata doing some pretty impressive stuff. I feel bad for underestimating him. I will not do that again. But in my defense, we hadn't actually seen what he could do yet, so... But I would say he proved himself there. Still waiting for that epic clash there. The gears spin out of control. Not a very promising title for our heroes. No, the other slime, the one behind you. Rimuru just looks so short next to all these people. They definitely are. But, there's not many slimes stronger than Rimuru. Well... you definitely cannot, no. And who better than the protagonist, of course. I guess you could take this as confirmation. Are you taking our food? You just took my food. Is nobody gonna bring that up? Just gonna let that go? I guess so. Yes, it may be shorter than most of the people here, but don't let that fool you. But seriously, remember, you're supposed to ask what she has to offer. Awkward tea time. Food? Well, tell us. That's how I would take it. Oh. So they eat their victims. I guess it's not that surprising, but... It's certainly no predator. That is some scary stuff. Yeah. Again, not super surprising, but just, So it's a borderline zombie army. Like, it's very zombie-esque, you know, eating whatever's in their pathway. I like how he said hobgoblin. Yes, we have a pretty good slime here. Are you serious, Rimuru? Yeah. She stands out a lot, considering that it's a room full of very different people. He has done a lot of things. What's your opinion on this, voice in my head? Yeah, that was quite bloody. Don't speak for me, woman. Damn it. Yeah, she just did that. I guess we're in it now. I can never say no to Shuna. Everyone's up for it, so I guess it's fine. Well, then it'll be a short enemy, I guess. Yeah, we'll probably have to end up doing that. Yeah, that guy. Go for it. Hold your horses there, Rimuru. Probably. Well, they want an alliance, so I don't see it going too poorly. Negotiations, that is. I don't think anyone's as much of an idiot like Gabiru. I think he's pretty unique in that respect. Speak of the devil. Yes. How do you feel? No, they just beat you up because you're weak and pathetic. No, dude. He is not even their strongest warrior. You are something else, you know that? One of these things is not like the others. Seriously, who are you? Has he? I didn't see him before. Okay. Lapis demon. Of course, I kind of figured as much. Really? Pretty important character. Yes, we have very much confirmed that at this point. Uh... No. I do not think Gabiru would be better for this, no. This is not good for the lizard men. Or anyone else, really. Hopefully Soe can do something here. But how good is his best, really? Man, I just... Whenever I see an army, all I can think of is just so much bacon. And also, it's, you know, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of that army. I don't know, maybe we could bring Zaryusu and Lulu over here to help. Not an intruder, he just wants an audience with you. It's fine, calm down. It's a special intruder. As long as you're aware of that, then we shouldn't have any problem. Well, then untie them. I come in peace. Begrudgingly. I feel like that will change soon enough. Pretty good summary. I've lost track how many times people have told other people about the workload at this point. Well, you will. I mean, you already have, technically, but... You know, so I could just kill you very easily, very quickly. And you guys could not do much about it. Yes, there we go. I think we're getting the point across now. Yeah, you don't piss him off. Consider yourself lucky. So it's pretty cool. He would have. He did not look like he was joking around. Who's a Kijin now? Which I guess is the same thing as being an Oni. He is a slime indeed, yes. Very powerful. Yeah, you really can't say no to this offer, so... And there's Gabiru ruins things, which I wouldn't put it past him. What? Okay, that's not too bad. I was about to say, you're not really in a position to bargain too much. Because you're in more trouble than anyone else. Well, that sounds simple enough, but I feel like Gabiru's gonna ruin that. You know, wanting to take control of things. Probably will attack before they should. I can see this going wrong in so many ways because of Gabiru, is my point. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. But fear itself, yes. Hopefully. Yeah. So don't do that, guys, okay? Yes, if you die, you will be severely punished. I hope you guys know that. 4 days later. Are we, Just do your best. Come on, Gabiru, don't do this. And here it comes. No. I mean, yeah, I guess he technically succeeded in the other ones. Yes. Just don't pull an Adam Taurus, please. Well, the fact of the matter is your full strength isn't enough to deal with them, so... I don't know what you're trying to really get at here. You will be the end of your race, you know that, Gabiru? I knew something like this was gonna happen, but I was still hoping it wouldn't. You are not worthy to hold that thing. Does it? Does it really? Well, yeah, of course the young ones would be stupid enough to think that attacking a large, powerful army is a good idea. You do that. Gabiru, I wish you would just drop out. You know, that pace is gonna take them forever to get anywhere. Well, I guess we begun our assault. There's still 200,000 of these things. I mean, they're not weak, really, but still, they outnumber you by a lot. But I'm sure they do not acknowledge his intelligence. Yes, and then they can eat you. Yeah. Are you still confident there, Gabiru? That could have gone better. Man, bouncing uphill can't be easy. Somebody get that girl an umbrella. So much slime. That abrupt transition from being in warrior mode into Moe mode. I really do want to see what's the deal is with that girl, what race she even is, where she comes into things. So, yeah. Okay, that was the 12th episode of Slime Reincarnation anime that also has Lizardman in it. So, this episode, the Dryad, you know, finished like she has a name, training. She pretty much finished explaining the situation to Rimuru in the group and asking for help. And, you know, Shion decided to take it upon herself to answer for Rimuru and said, sure, yeah, we'll do it, we can do it, we got this. And then everyone else was kind of seemed to be into the idea as well, so it just kind of going with the flow of things. Rimuru was like, yeah, I guess we're doing this, sure, whatever. And in order to do that, we had to talk to the lizard people to work on an alliance because we kind of need that to have a better chance of success. Now, there are a few problems though. the one, you know, ambassador, whatever you want to call it, they sent to talk to us, we did not like him. Nobody liked him. Everyone pretty much hated him and drove him off, so we couldn't really talk to him. So we had to kind of go over his head to the chieftain, which Soe, you know, he volunteered to do, which is cool, because that was I like that scene a lot. When he was in the room with the chieftain, he was explaining the case, like, Rimuru, I never heard of this guy. What even is this guy? Is some nobody? And yeah, the one rude guy almost lost his head because of his rudeness. So lucky for him, he still has a head, because yeah, Soe was not messing around. He would have just taken your head off, and what were you guys gonna do about it? He could have killed dozens of you before you even landed a real scratch on him, probably. You know, you saw how quickly he was able to just get in a position of power over that one guy. But aside from that little hiccup there, yeah, the meeting went fine. We were able to work on an alliance. The chieftain didn't want to meet Rimuru as an agreement, which was fine. However, that's probably not going to happen, at least anytime soon, because what we also had to deal with this episode was one of Gelman's servants came over to, you know, Gabiru, basically putting more thoughts into his idea, kind of like whispering into his ear, you know, trying to drive him to do something stupid, which Gabiru does not need much encouragement to do something stupid, so it worked very well. So, you know, that was pretty much it for that. Next time we see Gabiru, he went to the throne room, and we went full coup d'etat mode. He took over the power and decided, defensive strategies are for pussies. Let's just go fight these guys. We got a bunch of lizard men and stuff. We got this, guys. Come on. And then, yeah, that did not go super well. Of course, they killed some orcs, you know, obviously, but, you know, there's a lot of orcs, okay? And they eat you and they get stronger, so I just don't see that going too well. And yeah, it was made very clear that Gabiru did not understand the true terror of the enemy he's facing. Just, yeah, a lot of times in the episode, they made sure to reiterate the fact that there is an orc lord commanding these guys. Like, they said that a lot, you know, telling various people, you know, and before that, you know, previous episode, we had speculation about there being an Orc Lord, and so there's just been a lot of discussion about the Orc Lord, to the point where it's like, it's a bit too much. Like, I feel like it's just deja vu at this point. Like, everyone has to be informed in a different scene, basically. But, again, hopefully we're done with that now. But, yeah, basically, where are we at right now? The chieftain's in jail. Gabiru's currently getting lizardmen killed by fighting the orcs prematurely, because, you know, we just ignored that agreement we made. So, like, I don't know how the alliance would come together at this point. Will Gabiru retreat when things start to get too bad, and we'll be able to have a slightly smaller alliance later? I don't really know exactly, because we kind of said we needed that alliance in order to really make much progress against the orcs, so I don't know. If Gabiru gets most of the lizardmen killed, you know, I don't know where that leaves us as far as a chance of defeating them, but it's definitely not helping. Gabiru's actions are definitely not helping, that much is for sure. But yeah, definitely the Dryads or whatever seem to garner a lot of respect, because they kind of changed their tune when Soe brought that up, so yeah, I wonder if we get to see more than one Dryad in the show. Probably not, but, you know, it would be nice. See, anything else really with the episode? I mean, not a lot really happened for the most part. It was basically just, hey, let's do an alliance. Okay. Yay, we made an alliance. Dad, I'm better than you. I'm gonna take over. Okay, let's go attack. That was basically the episode right there. Really. Oh, and Trainee took some of our food, which was kind of messed up. That's also a thing that nobody seemed to talk about much for some reason, even though that is a serious thing. But we did that one scene where God, I don't know why I keep doing that. Gabiru grabbed his father's weapon, and it like glowed, and he said something about it acknowledging him, which I was a little bit confused on that. I mean, I don't see why it would. I know we kind of established that Gabiru has some talent, I guess, even though I haven't seen a lot of that yet in the show. But I don't know. I've just seen him being very silly, making a lot of mistakes. So maybe he'll really show himself at some point in the future in the overall battle to come. If he doesn't get all his comrades killed first, basically, I suppose. So, but yeah, definitely a setup episode for next episode, because I believe we're gonna really get into the war next episode with the title, something about clashing. So I feel like we're gonna start the overall battle that episode. So if that is the case, then yeah, that's something to look forward to. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.